Alright, here we go. So, Mediterranean's the map choice from TSM. If you've watched any of their previous games, I think they've gone with Mediterranean as their home map pretty much every series they've played, so nothing new here. Typically we'll have some water fighting, people secure the sides, and then typically this map, because the choke points on the side are so narrow, it'll usually get to late game with some Titans and Wonders coming out, so with evenly matched teams like we have today, I expect nothing less than a long game with Titans and potentially Wonders coming out. Only thing that makes me question that is this version of Mediterranean, sometimes you can get the sides that are extremely narrow and very limited land space, which makes choking off even easier, but this map, it looks like the bottom here, it's Fog of War, so that's why it's all black. It's rather wide. You've got this whole corner section of land, so a bit more land space than usual on Mediterranean, so that leads to more interesting games and that there can actually be some more action on land and pushing rather than just stalemates. So TSM spawned to the left here, blue, pink, teal, and then to the right, red, green, and yellow is MG. Lineup wise, I think we've got Zeus, Uranus versus Zeus, Isis. So, TSM with the Uranus player will be able to apply a bit more early pressure, but as the game goes on, and especially if on a map like this where Wonders can come into play, that Isis player for MG could make a difference in the long term. Between the monuments blocking the god powers and the empowerment from the Pharaoh, allowing the Wonder to build 20% faster, Isis would probably be the best fast Wonder Civ in the game at the moment. So, could even possibly see a fast Wonder strategy out of MG if they felt like it. So, as the game goes on, you give the edge to MG just based on Civ choice. The difference between Isis and Uranus on a map like this is just so strong as the game goes on and towers come out. Big problem for Atlantean is obviously their siege. They don't really have range siege that's can take down towers and stuff. So, whereas the Egyptian has the catapults, the ballista towers, and mercenaries. So. With this map being played so much and the civs being pretty much constant, we're gonna have the Voobly stream window. Sorry, I just caught that now. Alright, got rid of the stream window. Sorry about that. So the build orders, especially for all the Zeus players, should pretty much be exactly the same. We'll see similar advancements. Where you're going to see some variation, though, is with the Isis player probably advancing the latest of everyone, because Egyptian typically just gets classical a bit slower on water maps. Whereas the Atlantean player can get up pretty early. So, I expect the Zeus players to cancel out a bit, but I think the what happens down the middle between the Isis and Uranus and any double teams to the sides they can potentially provide will make water interesting and sort of decide that. The other thing we're going to be looking for is who makes the switch to land first. Who takes a second town center is usually the key thing. The other thing on this map I really like to see is when people get aggressive on land, especially if you do a hard double team, like the middle player also builds forward. Like if teal and pink were to both build around this third town center of red, they can usually secure that position before red even notices, and then you're playing up a town center, which can make a huge difference on this map. So you actually see both TSM Zeus players up quite a bit earlier. Got the 3 ships out for teal, and red just hit classical. Reason for that is red went more fishing ships and then also a 3rd dock, so... Okay. Interesting. So basically what the strategy from MG, it seems, was to go, both Zeus players did it. They won a 3 dock build, more fishing ships, and now they're using ceasefire to buy time and catch up with the 3 dock. If you just did 2 dock and wasted ceasefire like that, you'd be just shooting yourself in the foot, because with 2 docks versus 2 docks, production will pretty much be the same, and you won't catch up in time. You'll still be overwhelmed, but by going a 3 dock build, you've got that extra dock producing, so you will be able to catch up with extra time from ceasefire. Do we see a fast heroic coming out of green? I'm a little confused here as to what Rangers is doing. You see him just starting to make ships now. Meanwhile, you've got the double team going down here on Arrow. Arrow's going to lose a lot of his ships in a very cost-inefficient manner. Arrow's knocked off a good amount. He's still got the fishing down here, but he gets knocked off fishing a bit, and he also lost most of his ships, so unless you see a fast heroic coming out of Rangers, MG's in a bit of trouble water-wise. Rangers also getting caught here in between both teal and purple. That's not where he wants to be. He's going to back out, but not until taking quite a few losses. Up top, a bit of a stalemate, but it does look like players still getting the slight edge over. The other thing, you always want to be fighting on your opponent's fishing. That way, if he backs off, you can kill his fishing ships or knock him off his fishing. Meanwhile, your fishing's protected and you're getting the full economic benefit of it. Alright, what I'm looking for now is, I think MG's got to realize they lost water pretty cleanly. So I would expect them to make the first move towards land and take a second town center. I like these monuments here from Rangers, giving them vision of the sides here. That way if teal or pink were try to forward build, they have line of sight there already, which is good. See the Pegasus. No, he's not trolling. There's an upgrade that makes the Pegasus cost just favor. They normally cost gold in favor, but with the upgrade available to Zeus, you can get them for just favor now. So, 2 favor is pretty cheap given the 140 HP they have. So you put them over the opponent's ships and they draw fire away from your ships. So, very nice restoration here out from player. Him, teal, and pink are all within range of that restoration, so they're going to get the maximum benefit from that. So often you see it used and it just affects one player, but if you can get it affect all 3 like that, that's how you really get the efficiency out of it. Second restoration coming out from TSM. Only thing I don't like from TSM is player ships are a bit out of range of all the opponent's ships, but other than that, TSM definitely winning water. Yellow's lost most of his fishing ships at this point. I think he's only got 3 left. Red's got his ships back out. Even green. Interesting here from green sending his fishing ships in. I guess that's to tank fire. I still think he'd be better off just leaving him there, getting food for another minute or so rather than just sacrificing him. I guess MG still doesn't want to give up water. I'm looking at the map quickly and I don't see that many town centers within water range, which makes water a little less significant than it normally would be. Sometimes on this map you can have like 3 or 4 town centers within water range that siege ships can then take out later on, so winning and controlling water becomes more important in that case, but just eyeballing it, I think this is the only town center within water range on the entire map, which is extremely rare to just have one like that. See the early second town center coming out from TL. Takes his forward town center too. Green's got to get those ships back in there, but MG with the extremely strong push. Looks like they weren't giving up production. Meanwhile, you see all 3 TSM players took land town centers, so I guess the bigger thing was TSM said it's not worth fighting water. We don't have any town centers in water range, so let's just make the transition to land. That's the case now. What I like to see if you're going to give up water is rather than throw your ships away when you're outnumbered 2 to 1, counter-raiding the opponent's fishing and trying to kill as many ships as you can. Well, it's almost like villager raiding, but with water. You send your arrow ships and just pick off as many fishing ships as you can. Since fighting here, you're outnumbered 2 to 1, so you're just going to trade and lose them for nothing, so you may as well raid and try to take out some fishing ships. Alright, so both red and yellow secure their forward town center, so as the game moves on, it looks like we're going to be fighting at a even town center number. Neither team, okay, I thought yellow was building that for a second. As long as blue claims this town center, then we'll have an even fight town center wise. So now's the point in the game where you'd like to see something out of that Lannian player, because as the game goes on, Atlantean just gets weaker, but not a lot happening for purple. He seems to just be booming. Just getting some Murmalas out here, but at this point I'd like to see Atlantean players pressuring. Trying to pressure the side. I would like to see purple try to prevent either red or yellow from getting their third town centers. Both of them just claimed it with pure villagers, so had purple had a few units out, he could have kept them from getting the side town centers, but instead yellow and red both got their third town centers up without issue. Now as the game goes on, you've got a Atlantean player booming in the middle for TSM, and an ISIS player booming for MG, so as the game moves on, that matchup's going to go heavily in MG's favor. I think it's only 1 TC in range for MG, though. I know it sucks to have that, but I'd much rather just hit, or 1 town center in water range on this map isn't that bad. The bad part is, I guess, the fact that MG has 1 in water range, and it doesn't look like TSM has any town centers in water range, which is a bit unfair. The other thing that's nice is I'd always prefer to have a back town center in water range rather than a forward town center. At least if it gets taken out by ships, your opponent's not going to be able to easily take it, whereas your forward town center, if that were right on water, it would be extremely easier to get knocked off of that with water ships. and then your opponent could actually claim it. So not the most awful map in the world. A little confused as to what purple's doing. I see he's still making large amount of ships. I see the armory, so is he going heroic? Yep, we got the heroic coming. I don't know if we're going to see a fast Titan. We could see a fast Titan from Atlantis, because at this point you see green forward building, siege workshop, mid goal, chariot archers coming out, which are just going to tear through Teal's army for the most part. Now we've got AE, so there we go. Bam. This town center is going to go down. There's no hope to keep it with Hops and the ancestors. And we got a Miggle coming up to the top. I really like this play from Rangers, especially as an Egyptian. That's really how you should play the middle. Getting some aggression on land quickly against a Greek who's booming. You can get your chariot archers out extremely quickly off of one mid goal. They'll also tear through most of the units your opponent can get out early as Greek. And then AE, it's just, especially with some Greek units backing it up, and now siege towers, you're going to be able to tear through that town center. Teal's also got most of his production here, so those siege towers are going to be able to take out Teal's forward production buildings really quick as well, which is just going to further slow down Teal's rebuilding efforts. He's doing a pretty good job of getting stuff back up early, but MG seizing a huge advantage right here. 2 mid goals up top from green. Would have built this one up a bit more, not in water range, but the fact that he's got him is fine. At this point, they just need to stalemate the top because they've got such a large advantage down bottom. Again, this comes back to I'm still not sure what purple's doing. Okay, yep, I think he's not going mythic to get units out. He's going mythic for the Titan, so fast Titan will come out. I missed what yellow used his bolt on, but I'd say having 2 bolts in your pocket against a Titan would be extremely nice to have for MG, but they're just going to have that 1 bolt available. Wise thinking here, monumenting up the forward town center, help them secure this position even more. We have 4 mid goals up from green already. Lots of buildings is always good to have. It slows down your opponent's push and it allows you to get anything out you need. So I've been following mostly land, but yeah, it did look like TSM made an additional pushback and took over water. Problem is they've only got, purple doesn't even have any ships fishing, and blue has only 6, so by the time you win water back, you're getting no benefit from winning it back. You've also got population tied up with your ships still. Purple misrallying his birds over water. I don't know if he plans on raiding with those or if that's just a misrally. Checking to see if no mythic coming for green yet. So what they really need, if you're going to push in here, you basically need the mythic catapult siege for Egyptian. The siege towers are just going to have too many pathing issues trying to get in on that town center. Up top, it looks like we've got mostly a stalemate going, but you see blue fortify down here a bit, but his town center is still okay. I like this fortress coming out from blue because I was gonna say, if MG controls this area here, all they need to do is throw a wall up right here, and then they can put 2 catapults behind the tree line and take out that town center easily. Okay, so ugh. Bit of a panic there from MG, wasting 2 underworlds to defend this one town center. I mean, yellow could have very easily defended this himself. It's a vortex. It's not like it's going to keep coming. These birds are already dead. I do like yellow's underworld because he could give up this position up here easily. He's giving up some aggressive position, but defensively he's still fine against blue. I guess red coming didn't really affect him either. They've got really good control down to the bottom here still, and are pushing in on the second town center, teal. The other thing with burning the 2 underworlds like that is Vortex has 3 uses, so purple's going to be able to do that 2 more times, and now they won't have anything to defend the next 2, so they could have saved one for the second Vortex. Best defense for that at this point is just to apply so much pressure down the front here that purple doesn't even have time to Vortex away. That was more of a desperation Vortex than anything. I think he realized the siege was about to take down TL's town center, so he vortexed on top of the siege, but weren't even that many units in that vortex. Now you see the towers coming out that are just gonna protect the siege. Surprised Teal got mythic? It's interesting. Is he working on his upgrades? Yeah. Very nice shockwave there. Got quite a few units in the catapults, but it's just gonna delay the eventual death of TL, so. Town center going down. Blue. Yellow just sitting here and letting blue push because it's buildings. I don't know what's going on up top, but down bottom, huge push from green and red. Teal's down to 1 town center. It is probably crippled economically. Purple, meanwhile, has been building a Titan for the last minute or 2, so his economy is not going to be that great, having 10 villagers building the Titan. That said, they do have the Titan out now. Blue's also working on his own Titan, which could help him push yellow up top, but I think the real question is, even if blue were able to push up top, is it fast enough to outlast this bottom push? Rangers does get mythic, but that Son of Osiris is going to be pretty much useless. TSM has 2 bolts out still. Now you could always put the Son of Osiris behind a monument, but that's not that effective, so wouldn't be surprised if he just holds on to the Son of Osiris for now. Purple with another Desperation Vortex, vortexing in to try to stop this town center from going up. Not the most effective use because he's got a mostly archer army, so it wasn't going to delay the town center. This Colossus, however, did, so I don't see the heroes for red. He's also only heroic. Alright, there we go. Greek are pretty effective at dealing with Titans, as long as you get your 4 heroes beating on it. Green still being heroic though, makes it a bit more difficult. They also still have at least 1 bolt available to deal with the Titan as well. Other bit of good news is, as the Titan moves away, there really isn't any other units, no siege, no destroyers, for purple and teal, or pink and teal rather, to actually push back here. So with these 2 towers alone, the fortress going up, another tower, mid goal here, this position should still be secure for MG. Meanwhile, the Titan by itself isn't going to do much. Got the heroes beating on it, the bolt available still, so. Blue also gets his Titan out up top, but top's just a stalemate. You've even got green helping a bit. And then you're going to have green. He's got max villagers building his Titan, so by the time blue's Titan's even able to get to yellow, if that were the case, green's Titan would be out, but it looks like they're sending the second Titan to the bottom here, realizing they're in a lot of trouble. Again, the problem is Titans can only attack one thing at once, and then once you get your Masons and Architect upgrades for your buildings, which green has, and red has as well, that just makes the Titan take even longer to kill each building. With this many buildings, the Titan's not going to be able to kill it anytime soon, especially if you've got heroes beating down on it. Meanwhile, any human units you just send in that aren't siege are just going to get torn up by the towers, so TSM is still in a really, really bad position. You see the fortress spam still coming up. Surprised we haven't seen siege ships come out from TSM. You still have got this 1 town center in water range. Other thing with a Titan, you can use it to kill town centers, but without support, the heroes just beat away to death while it's killing the town center, and then the second the Titan just leaves, you rebuild it. No damage done, you lose, what, a 700 resource town center, and then just rebuild it. Yep. Sierra wisely moved his villagers out of the way so they didn't take the splash damage and die, so now he's got the villagers there to rebuild it right away. No harm done, and the Titan's halfway dead. See, Teal also getting his Titan, so that's going to be TSM's last Titan. Arrow did get Mythic, so you still have 2 more Titans available. Okay, I saw the Colossi building, and now here they come. I don't see how blue's going to be able to keep this town center up. That's 5 Colossi, all pretty much full health. And this wall is the only thing stopping him from getting to that town center, so. I was going to say, where's Yellow's other army? So here we go. Yellow actually supports these Colossi. He can actually start pushing blue off of this potentially. Alright, so we got a little bit of siege, Colossi. This Titan's been killing a lot of stuff. TSM actually retakes this town center, so very nice from them. I guess Green's got his population tied up with the priest chasing the Titan and his own Titan. I guess that's almost 30 to 40 population tied up there. Plus he's also helping up top. Some chariot archers, some more priests, so. Okay, I completely missed this underworld. Or no, I'm just catching it. So, very nice underworld from TL. He's got to get the Titan Gate of Red. So that was pretty efficient. Just 3 siege and a Titan gets the job done, kills the Titan gate, mission accomplished. TSM still taking ground on the bottom here. I'm okay. The Wonder's coming out. Where's the Pharaoh? Where's the Pharaoh? Here he is. So the Pharaoh Empower gives like plus 20% build time on the Wonder. So if you're in a Wonder race, you'll win it automatically as Egyptian, assuming you empower it with your Pharaoh. So there we go. It's nothing TSM can do to catch up Wonder-wise at this point. I missed the bolts for MG. They had one more bolt and they used it, but I didn't catch where it was used. With a little help from green, and it is pretty little, but okay, we got some catapults too. Blue's starting to get pushed back up top pretty badly. He's in danger of completely losing his third town center position at the moment. Meanwhile, down here, TSM did get their Teal's second town center back, and the Titan just killed the third, but Green's Titan's here, Blue's is at half health, so looks like MG is going to be able to resecure that and keep the town center advantage on the bottom. Meanwhile, they're also about to gain a town center advantage up top. Already are halfway there with the town center being dead, so not only do you have a Wonder up for MG, but you've got a 2 town center advantage at this point. You also look at the God powers. We've got 2 bolts left for TSM, which they could use on Green's Titan here. Also got Yellow's Titan about to pop. And then the Son of Osiris for Green still that he's waiting to use as soon as the bolts run out, I'm sure. Big issue is without an Underworld passage, how is TSM going to take out this Wonder? Because all this fighting on the side is moot in 9 minutes unless TSM has an answer to get over here and kill the Wonder. The other thing with Wonders, the longer you wait, the more buildings and shit blocking your path that's going to be there, so the longer they wait, the more buildings, towers, crap around the Wonder, and the harder it's going to be to kill. So the leftover, I missed it, but I'm guessing the leftover of Green's Titan took down this town center, but TSM rebuilds it quickly. So Teal's Titan helped get this position back a little bit, but with the Colossi and opposing Titan now beating on it, ooh, miss micro here from Teal. His Titan's attacking the tower while Yellow's Titan beats on him. You never want your Titan to take unnecessary hits from an opposing Titan. So now Blue's got a nearly full HP Titan to deal with. They still have the 2 bolts though, so now's the time to use the bolts on Yellow's Titan. Or they did use the bolts. They must have used it on Green's Titan. I missed it. Ugh. Some more fighting down here. Okay, so we see the siege ships coming out finally from blue to try to take out this town center. Six minutes and 30 seconds on the Wonder, so question's gonna, okay, when does TSM make their move? And we see the transport ships coming out from teal here. I missed this forward build from red. This looks like it's mostly gotten cleaned up. Okay, this was nicely done. A lot of times players will just send the siege ships automatically to attack the town center, so then if you put towers here, the siege ships will wander into tower range and just get killed by the towers. Whereas if they kill the towers first, they can outrange them and take no damage. But nonetheless, the towers do their job, delaying the siege ships and give green time to get out the hammer ships to defend, so nicely defended there from MG. Alright, with the help of the Titan and some help from green, Yellow's been able to secure a fourth town center. Meanwhile, the Titan's pressing forward and about to kill Blue's other town center, if I had to guess, as soon as it passes around. One thing to note is Green's giving quite a bit of help to the top here. I guess because they had such a large advantage down bottom, but I haven't seen Pink up top at all, so Blue's kind of been fighting 1 against 1.5 almost. I don't think Green did like a full half committal, but at least he's had some units, so this hasn't exactly been a fair fight up top. And there we go. We've got the good game out of TSM without even trying to get to this Wonder. Yeah, I miss players Underworld. I realize that. Would start. Yeah, it looks like TSM went through all their wood patches. So big thing there, like I said early on, if it came to late game, the ISIS Wonder strategy would be the strongest thing. And then the biggest thing was obviously the early pressure with the AE out of Rangers, taking out Teal's third.